Hey guys, we are now with the members of the Philippine Volcanoes to teach us more about rugby. Emmanuel, Raymarc, thank you very much for joining us today.
Gentlemen, before we begin, thank you again for having us. And of course, not a lot of people are it's not really a known sport yet. Not a lot of people are very familiar with it. So how would you define rugby as a sport?
Kumbaga sa Filipino, ito yung most intense na sports para sa akin. Kung para sa amin, sa mga susubok pa lang, dito mo matitikman yung full contact, banggaan ng buong katawan. Once na nakatakbo ka, i-sprint ka ng mabilis and then score try. Yun. Then enjoy siya, enjoyable game, and then dito mo ma-adapt yung brotherhood as a team.
Well, obviously we've seen it a bit on TV, we've seen it in the movies, and it always looks like an intense sport and sometimes it just feels like it flows so quickly. You're confused about some of the rules that some people have a hard time really getting into. So what are the most basic rules you think that people need to know when they see rugby on TV that, okay, gotta watch out for that one?
Yeah, definitely being an international player from Australia, we're fortunate to have that as one of our major sports, rugby. So to explain it, basically it's like the ball always has to travel backwards. There's unlimited with sevens, it's just unlimited tackle. So it's really dictated by the referee. So when he calls, you react. So the sport is really good. It's really enjoyable to watch because you don't know what's going to happen. Everything's spontaneous. There might be a lot of set plays and stuff, but they might not happen. So it's a really cool sport to watch. The intensity, the speed. It's a lot of strength involved in the sport, so it's really cool to watch.
You know, a lot of people are familiar about American football. Maybe when they see you play it, they might think that it is.
Yeah.
How would you differentiate those two to American football compared to rugby?
So with American football, they have a lot of padding and stuff, and out here, I'm proud to be a Filipino because it's a very tough sport, and we honor our strength and stuff, and we're warrior at spirit. So it's all about your own body physicality. It's all about being strong, all about just making sure that you have your team behind you and you work together. So with American football, they have a certain set of team with their offense, their defense, but with rugby, one team, one goal.
One team.
Yeah, so no special teams, no offensive team, no defensive team. And not only that, you guys never stop.
Yeah.
Because after every tackle,
You keep going.
Tuloy-tuloy siya. Kumbaga pagka-tackle mo sa isa, re-reset ko ulit, tapos gawa na naman ng play, papasa ulit, and then tackle again, and then tackle again, and then tackle again.
well, the men's team and the women's team of Philippine Rugby all have been making news recently in terms of their recent success on the international level. But for those who are uninitiated, where would you say the Philippines is in terms of the international stage? How are we doing compared to our neighboring countries?
I'm proud to say that the Philippines is right up there with all the other Asian countries. So we're sitting up there in the top three, definitely the top three. With the campaign that Jake and the team have been doing, we've been just gradually building, and we're top contenders. So we're really excited to go into this first leg of the 7th series.
Now, you just mentioned that, the Philippines is right on top there with all the other countries. For somebody who is watching this, our viewers, and they're actually curious about the sport, how would you say your training goes, and how would you encourage others, to try out the sport as well?
May mga Filipino din na naghahanap pa ng sports na mas intense. Maganda to. As in, sobrang hirap pero kayang-kaya ng bawat Pilipino.
Well, that makes sense because you can't tackle anyone in basketball.
Yeah.
They'll stop you from playing.
Yeah.
Can't tackle anyone in
Football,
football.
soccer.
Yeah, because they'll stop you from playing also. But here,
Yeah.
you
Here,
can tackle
you can
someone
tackle
and you can
someone.
keep on running right after.
Yeah.